Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Ned from NASTAC, but otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement-dwelling bubbles. But don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet, and today I want to test out the LGG8. So this thing is supposed to be able to be aquatic. I shouldn't say aquatic. Water resistant. 1 meter water for up to 1 hour. So let's test that junk out. Let's throw this thing in the river, see what we can look at, see if it holds up, see what it looks like. So yeah, taking this junk out to the outback, finding the stream, tossing her in. I gotta tell you, this is the best first shot that I managed to get. Everything else looks a little bit brownish, but I find the way it looks right here to be the most pleasing. Next up, I went downstream a bit and I tried my luck at getting shots of minnows. Now, it was definitely a very difficult thing because I was only using a tripod, and as soon as anything hits the dirt at the bottom of one of these places, the whole camera shot will become a lot more cloudy. Now, while I was doing this, looking through the water at the camera, I couldn't actually see the minnows from there. It seems like it's easier to see minnows from the top of the water rather than inside of it. And there's a lot of green stuff growing on the bottom now that summer's on its way. But still, I think I managed to do pretty good considering what I got. Now, during this next test, I start to notice a bit of a strobing effect, as if the camera's automatically putting a filter on things and switching it back and forth really quickly. Now, I didn't notice this when I was viewing it on the camera, but once I started viewing it on the computer, it definitely became evident. So, of course, these things weren't made for underwater, and it looks like the longer range that you use, the more that it will strobe. So here I'm putting it in low range, not really getting much of a problem with the strobing. Definitely very hard to mount it. But as soon as you get into range, the strobing light seems to become a thing. I definitely think it might be better to take video of a fish tank than it would be to just dump this in the water. Now, it became evident pretty quick when I was making this video that there's not really a lot to look at under the water in my location. I'm sure if I was in salt water, which I probably also wouldn't recommend you put your phone into, if you were in salt water, beautiful streams, crystal lakes, good stuff, but your average Canadian river is just not so picturesque and as beautiful as some people might think. Look at that beautiful slime all over that rock. That's the picture of beauty right there when it comes to the aquatic shots. I tell you what, Bobby. So these things were rated to be dumped in standard water, not exactly salt water or chlorine, but still, the fact that we can get away with this, there's a lot to be said about the ongoing increasing of awesome technology. I can toss this phone in the river and I will not lose it. Now, this isn't my first jam with underwater photography. I did pick this up. This is the Sony 40mm marine pack. Unfortunately, this thing was made for camcorders. I definitely didn't have a camcorder, but that wasn't going to stop me from trying. I managed to find a way to wedge in an iPhone 6S in there, and I got some relatively good shots. I gotta say, one rather unfortunate part about this unit is that it floats. Now, I did manage to get some shots of some minnows, but I could have chosen a clearer day to get it. You'll notice that you'll see a lot of debris moving around within the water here, but you'll also notice that it does look a lot nicer. So ultimately, while this phone is waterproof, it is not exactly an aquatic camera, but it was fun to give it a shot. Now, I definitely don't recommend that anybody else do this with their phone, but it seems to hold up. I mean, I'm recording with it right now. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Ned from NASTAC, but like and subscribe if you like this stuff. Always appreciate it. And as always, folks, take care of each other, will you?